Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those of you that have been with us since the beginning, and those of you that have been with us here and there's about, and those of you that have just subscribed, as well as those of you that are about to subscribe, calling those things that are not as though they are. You're walking with Mr. Clay, and I'm Mr. Clay, and we thank God for you, and you. Yes, we're going to even get into our new segment, not today, but our new segment called Walking in the Law. That's it, Walking in the Law. And we're just going to delve into the law, and from the book of Enoch to the book of Malachi, even the sacrificial laws. We're going to go into those things, and it's going to be an ongoing thing, as well as what we're doing now in the Bible, as far as the Old Testament. Now, we started this whole thing out in the book of the Revelation, and as I went through the book of Revelation, I found so many things, and then I got into the other books that were deleted from Protestantism, and found that the book of the New Testament, so-called New Testament, was null and void. And that would take some studies. I know many are just lost in their religions and their organizations, and people love to belong to something, and it just takes a special person to hear God alone and walk with God alone. And if there's a group or someone that wishes to walk with the Most High, being free in their minds to think what they think and view what they view, then that's good. You can have fellowship with one another. But we will start this off just with the prayer of Abraham. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have sway over the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Yes, and that is found in Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yeah, we're in the book of Isaiah chapter 1, the prophecies. Yes, this is the first of the prophecies as the heathen or the colonizer had ordered it, even Rome. And it goes as such. The vision of Isaiah the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah or Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the I Am has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people does not consider. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the way of the I Am. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, and they are gone away backwards. This is the charge that the Most High had put toward the children of Israel. And also we notice that Isaiah, he was a son of Amos. And then Isaiah is written in 1 Chronicles chapter 7, I believe it's verse 3. And is that the same Isaiah? Or do we know if that's Isaiah or not? It may be, it may be not. But we know these are the last kings of Israel. And for Isaiah to live that length of time, he had to live quite a while, yes. And to see also how the children of Jacob have deteriorated in their walk with the Most High. Yes, verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Why? The Most High said, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried everything. I sent judges. I gave you a king, Saul, and I gave you King David. I gave you King Solomon. I gave you riches and gold. I gave you peace on every side. But yet you still decide to go the wrong way, the way of the heathen, because You say the way of the I am is not right. Just paraphrasing as I read through different passages. And this is the way it is today. Many of the children of Judah, your history has been hidden, thrown away, put aside, and your mind has given you schizophrenia, and also you've lost your memory of who you are. Yet bits and pieces come back, but it's still in suppression. But the Most High has a remnant that the Most High is going to redeem. And that's who mainly we reach out to, is that remnant, trying to draw that remnant. That remnant will be drawn. We can try all we want, but the Most High already knows their hearts and what they will accept and what they will not accept. But one thing they will accept is the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. Yes, they've been through a lot. Israel been through a lot in this passage here. And he says now, you're stricken. You know I've sent these things. Will ye revolt more and more, and the whole head is sick and the whole heart faint? Now this is during the time of who? Ahaz, whose wife was Jezebel. You can imagine that. And she led the children of Israel astray through her idolatries, prostitutions, and everything else that she'd done. Temple prostitution. From the sole of the feet even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds, bruises, and petrifying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. You are sick, you are diseased, even to this day, children of Jacob. Many of you denounce the I am and say of the I am that it's he, as they would put it, or the I am is a she. Blasphemy. The woman is made after the order of the man, not the man of the order of the woman. And then you come back and you give lies and you say that the woman was created first. But that is a paganistic theme. The woman that you describe is a pagan ideology, a pagan icon, something that even the Egyptians did. They worshiped a woman in many factions of Egypt. Now, I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she said she's seen spirits and all these. I said, do you not know that you can see spirits? They have jurisdiction over man. They can give you dreams in your mind, and you think you're seeing the real thing. And then they vanish. It wasn't that they were there, it was they were in your head. And you actually saw these things materialize. If you cannot touch them and move them, then they're in your mind. And she thought about it. She says, yes, that's true. And hopefully that this young lady, I said, you need to go according to what you understand about God for right now. Yes. Now, this is the way they have done the Satans. They deceive Israel. They deceived Jacob. And not only that, they was turned over to the Satans because of what? Sin. Transgression against the covenant. The law, statutes, commandments, ordinances, and laws of the Most High. Yes, that's what they were against. And they were given a whoring spirit. Just as it is in the natural, so it is in the spirit. Going a whoring after other gods and other pleasures and other things that they have agreed that they will not do. All that the I am said, that will we do, they said in the book of Exodus. Yes. Now, he says now in verse 7, your country is desolate. Jerusalem lies at really in a place called Telerad. It was at once Jebus. Yes, it's in a place they call Telerad right now. It was once Jebus, where King David had claimed as his home and built and even King Solomon built the temple. This is where the first temple was built. And there were the pools and many things that are there to this day. There was an attempt to cover it up, but the Most High uncovered it. Many of you don't know this because they do not tell you. Only the Most High in so many ways and means reveal this to those whom the Most High chooses. He says, now, your land and strangers devour it. Why is this so? Why is this so? Why? Because you're a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. We're going to go back to that again. That is in verse 4. This is why. And another reason is why you forgot your master. You forgot God. You forgot who the Most High is and was in your heart. So your country is desolate because of this. You are burned with fire, and your strangers devour in your presence, and it is desolate and overthrown. You've turned away from the Most High. Now he's turning again. He says, and the daughters of Zion is left as a cottage in the vineyard. In other words, you cannot be seen. As a lodge in a garden of cucumbers and besieged city, and it is covered up. Except the I am of hosts left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah was one place that was really utterly destroyed. The sulfur that came from the heavens or the sky, as some of you would put it, to put it in regular today's English. Yes, Sodom was burnt up, and the sulfur deposits, the little pockets of solder, or should I, the dots where the solder rain on Sodom and Gomorrah, is found in, should I say, east or west of the Euphrates. West, and at the end, the western end of the Salt Sea or the Dead Sea. Yes, is where it is. Even over there with Tel Arad, where you can actually see from a distance, you can see the Salt Sea from that area. And this is where it said in the book of Jubilees, Abram saw the smoke of Sodom and Gomorrah ascend unto heaven. Yes, Abram saw this from that area. You cannot see it way up there near the Euphrates, where they say Jerusalem is. No, you cannot see that from there. And then this is also, if you go a little further south, you'll find out that this is where Lot and his daughters hid in those mountains. There's plenty of mountains. Even the map shows this. And truly, Israel, or should I say Jerusalem, was surrounded by mountains, even Tel Arad. If you can see the land itself, there are mountains, and there's a valley between the mountains and the hill called, and you can see for miles your enemies. It was an ideal place to put, because you could see your enemies for miles, for 360 for miles, before they came and tried to subdue you. Yes, it was a very strategic place. Now, the same place where you would see where the Philistines had come, and they would hide in those mountains that were nearby. And that's where the Philistines would come and try to subdue them also, the people. Now, it says here, except the I am left us a very small remnant, we would have been as Sodom, and we would have been like unto Gomorrah. Hear the word of the I am, ye rulers of Sodom, and give ear unto the law of our God, ye people of Gomorrah. This is who he likens the children of Israel, the children of Jacob, to Sodom and Gomorrah, even to this day, likened unto Sodom and Gomorrah. To avenge yourself is not wrong. To call out a seeker of blood is not wrong, for it is the law. Because the heathen will justify a murderer for his own, should I say, profit. Whether it's to enslave him for themselves or to because that murderer might look like them, maybe the judge might have a little leniency into letting him go and find some lame excuse to say, well, it's like this. Now, verse 10. Hear the word of the I am, ye rulers of Sodom. He's talking to Jerusalem. He's talking to Judah. He's talking to Israel. Give ear unto the law of our God, ye people of Gomorrah. He's saying, listen, Israel, give ear to God. Give ear to the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. The law is still laws. It's just certain degrees of law that they say statutes, ordinances, and commandments. Law, period. The law is not gone. Neither the law of the sacrifices, the law of none of it is gone. We do have to keep the sacrificial law and all those other things because why? It's not gone. What is gone is our confidence in the Most High. What is gone is that we've been pushed back because of Deuteronomy chapter 28. He said, if you would hearken unto the law, if you would keep your part of the covenant, then blessed are ye. All right now, we've thrown away the Levite. The Levite have became corrupt. The heathen have taken it and called them pastors, called them apostles and evangelists and all these other things. No such thing in Israel. No such thing in Jacob. Levites were the ones who were the ministers unto the Most High. The whole nation, the whole people of Levi, which Moses pertains, and Aaron, Abinadab, and Elihu, and all the rest of them. They were all Levites that ministered unto the Most High. Yes, but they have become corrupt because they did not know the prayer of Abraham. Deliver me from evil spirits who have swayed the thoughts of men's hearts. Yes, because each day we are bombarded with thoughts that we think are our own and they're not. And he goes on and says, except the I am have left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been of Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Hear the word of the I am, ye rulers of Sodom, and give ear unto the law of our God, ye people of Gomorrah. He's talking to Israel. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me? Saith the I am. I am full of the burnt offerings, rams, and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks, of rams, or of goats. Why is this? Does this mean that this law is gone? The law is done away with? No. What he's saying, because of your hypocrisy, you still do these things, but yet you serve other gods also. If you are likened unto Sodom and Gomorrah, you are doing other things than just sacrificing unto me. So your sacrifices are no good to me, is what God is saying. Hypocrisy. And your sacrifice, I don't want this. If you're going to do it in hypocrisy, I don't want it. In your sin. He said, to what purpose? Because of what? Because of what? We go back. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. Yes, he goes back unto that. Now, they're still doing these things in the dark, and yet still sacrificing unto the Most High. Verse 15. And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. And yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. So that means God, he doesn't hear prayers either, huh? Prayers are done away with too. You have to be careful of these other religions, Christianity and the other religions. You have to be careful of them because they will take this to try to justify their religion. There are those who are deceiving, and those who have been to deceive and teach the deceit which they received. Deceitfulness which they received. I said that right? Yes, I did. But either way, he says, now, you do this in hypocrisy. You're doing this and you're still doing the things that your idolatries and all these things. No, you can't do that. It's just like a woman. She's going around whoring and doing her thing in adultery, and yet come back to her man and act as though she loves him. This is the same thing. Have you not known or heard? But the man sees these things, and he's married to her, but he loves her, and he's trying to hold on to whatever he could. And next thing you know, eventually something's going to click. He says, bring no more vain oblations. Incense is vain because of what? A sinful nation of verse 4. Unto me, the new moons and Sabbaths and calling of assemblies. The new moon is the new month. I cannot, away with it. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting, convocations. He's talking about all these things. It's an abomination of me because you're not clean. You did not turn away from your sin. This is what he's saying. Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. Why? Because they have shown that they hate the Most High as an adulterous woman. Yes. They are trouble to me. I am weary to bear them. A man that is put to shame when he's put to anguish because he knows he has an adulterous wife, but yet acts as though she still loves him to stay in his house or to stay in his graces. And yet he snaps a point just like the Most High. But yet you say, oh, the man is toxic. The man is, he hates me. And then you lie to everybody else about that man. This is what is happening even to this day. If you listen to social media, different people talking, it's the same thing. But it's many of us, we can't see for looking. And those who complain and those who come at, they don't know what they're doing. They're been deceived, thinking that God hates them and that the Bible is, yes. When you see reality and what you hear amongst other religions is not God. The Bible is God. The law, statutes, commandments is the Most High. That's who the Most High is. And if you really look at it, it's fair. Although it might be kind of gory, the way we would have been deceived to believe, but it's God. God doesn't care about war. God will send nations to war. God will deplete families and everything because what? You have forsaken the Most High as an adulterous woman. Forsaketh her husband and pretends that this is hypocrisy. Let's say hypocrisy. Yes. I don't want your new moons because of your hypocrisy in verse 14 or your appointed feasts. My soul hateth. They are trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them because of what? Israel, the children of Jacob's hypocrisy. When you spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. When you make many prayers, I will not hear, and your hands are full of blood. Innocent blood, because you're jealous, because you are greedy, because you are adulterous, because you are thieves and lying, is what God is saying to these people. Wash your hands, make ye clean. Put away the evil of your doing from before my eyes. Cease to do evil. Now, just listen to what God is saying. Don't listen to the one verse that the Christians put towards you. I hate your feast and your... No. Let's keep going. Keep going. We walking this thing now. Walk with me. It says now, if you make yourself clean, when shall I say unto the wicked in the day that he forsaketh his wickedness and do that which is right, that his wickedness will be remembered? This is repentance. To stop. Cease to do evil. Even in Psalms chapter 37, cease to do evil. Do good. Excuse me. Come now. This ain't got nothing to do with no Jesus. Let us reason together, saith the I am. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. And they shall be red like crimson, and they shall be like wool. Why? Because you turned away from your wickedness and did that which is right according to the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. If ye be willing and obedient, ye shall eat the good of the land. If you will do the things that your ancestors have agreed to, you will eat the good of the land, even in the land of the heathen. You probably can't do the things that they did then because we don't have Levitical priests. They're still the majority of Israel in captivity and rebellion. He said, but if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured with the sword, for the mouth of the I am have spoken it. Yes, it's not because the laws have been done away with. That wasn't doing away with the laws. That was saying, I don't want you to, if you're in sin, don't come bringing these things to me. I hate them. Get away. Go. Don't even try it. You might as well go and be a Christian. Just do what you're going to do. Just do what you got to do. Or other religions, or however you want to do. But God is government. You have to subject yourself to the law, statutes, commandments of the I am. And that you have subject yourself to the government of the I am. Yes. Now, he says, but if you rebel and you refuse, with the sword for the mouth of the I am is spoken. Now, how is the faithful city becoming harlot? Now he's getting right. It was full of judgment, full of righteousness, law agenda, but now murderers. Murderers, falsely accusing people, justifying adultery, lying, theft. Theft is just I forgot how you put it, but theft is just the heading over many other things that are theft. That is theft. Extortion. Lying. It's all theft. See, the Ten Commandments, you have to realize, they're not really Ten Commandments. They're just identifying the major, the heading of things that are underlying. Yes, that's all it is. It's not really Ten Commandments. This is what they want to label. This is, you have to be a free thinker. Think. Others will look at you like you're crazy because you didn't say it as the pastor said it. Matter of fact, you shouldn't have that type of pastor. No way. You need to get away from them. If you need a leader, you just have to depend on the Most High. Now, verse 21. Now, how is the beautiful city become an harlot? It was full of judgment, righteousness, laws in it, but now murderers. Look at where we are now, this place that you are now. Many murderers in many ways. The silver has become dross. Speaking of silver, silver is a strategic metal. Also, it's very beautiful, shiny, beautiful metal, but it has a lot of other applications in that it conducts electricity and current more efficient than any other metal that mankind knows of at this point. How faithful is the city becoming harlot? It was full of judgment, righteousness. In other words, you did what was right before me at one time. In other words, you judged the fatherless, you judged the murderers and the thieves, but now you justify them. Thy silver's become dross, thy wine is mixed with water. You don't have nothing pure. No one is pure anymore. You've watered down the laws of the Most High. You've caused them to be null and void. This is what he's saying to the children of Judah. He says, thy princes are rebellious, and thy companions of thieves. Your politicians, look at them. Everyone loveth gifts. You got corporations that gives gifts. They call them what? Lobbying. They lobby, they give money. And with that, the politician has to do, although he promised the people one thing, because of money, he's going to change his way. Yes, he's going to change his way. He says, therefore saith the I am, the Holy One of Israel, the Mighty One of Israel. I will ease me of thine adversaries and avenge me of mine enemies. Woo! And I will turn my hand upon thee and purely purge away the dross and take away all thy sin. How will he do this? And I will restore thy judges at the first and thy counselors at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Yes, Zion shall be redeemed with judgment. Oh, my. He's saying, how is Zion going to be redeemed? How is the children of Israel going to be redeemed? Judgment. How are you going to judge Israel? The law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances. And her converts with righteousness. He's talking about you. Gentile. You are the convert. Yes, you are the convert. He says, now, and the destruction of the transgression of the sinner shall be together, and they that forsake the I am shall be consumed. He's talking to you, Jacob. He says there is no salvation there. How shall he bear? You shall be redeemed with judgment. In other words, the laws, commandments, statutes. In other words, you have to get into these things. Read the law, statutes, commandments, and ordinances, and do those which is in your power to do with all your might. For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which ye have desired, and ye shall be confounded for the gardens that ye have chosen. For ye shall be as the oak of the leaf that faded, as the garden that hath no water. And the strong shall be as the tow, and the maker of it as the spark, and they shall both burn together, and none shall quit. He's talking about idolatry. So the reason why the Most High hated their solemn feast and their oblations and their sacrifices is because of hypocrisy. This is what the Most High is pointing out toward Israel, even the children of Jacob. And if we do those things that are right before the Most High, we will have peace.